Welcome to the Thompson & Morgan collection of young plants for the summer of 2001. I'm Sarah Hollenby and I'm your guide on how to order, how to plant and how best to grow all the beautiful plants that we'll be seeing in the next 30 minutes or so. Now, as you know, this video is designed to be used with your new Thompson & Morgan spring catalogue. That's where you'll find the page number that appears on the screen. So if you want to, now's the time to reach for paper and pencil to jot down any details as we go along. But first, we begin with just a short selection of the highlights from Thompson & Morgan Young Plants for 2001. To look as vital and healthy as these, your plants need a good start in life, and that's just what all Thompson & Morgan young plants get. This is where our story really starts. It may look very scientific, and it is, but there's a wealth of gardening knowledge invested here, making sure that the young plants being raised are fit and healthy. As you can see, they're grown in ideal conditions and only sent out to you when they're totally established and ready for you to grow on. That way they arrive at exactly the right time for planting and in peak condition. It's a system that really works, as anyone who's ever tried it can tell you.
Excellent varieties. Very pleased. I'll definitely order again next year.
They make it so easy with step-by-step instructions. They're so good.
The busy lizzies in my flower pages have been very good this year.
Well, as always, this year's catalogue is packed with some really great offers. As soon as you place your order, Thompson & Morgan will add 5 Lily Stargazer bulbs to your order absolutely free. All you pay for is the post and packing. Good in patio pots and in vases, their fragrance fills the summer days. By the way, just before we begin, here's a little tip from me. If you've got a pencil and paper handy, just note down the page numbers of your favourites as we go through the video. That way you'll find it easier to fill in the order form once you've made all your different choices. OK, let's begin.
New from Thompson & Morgan, Frills and Spills is the first collection of true double cascading petunias. This exclusive collection has 6 named varieties, including the new Candy Floss Pink. The large flowers and heavenly fragrance of these new petunias are all set to take over in the popularity stakes. Being British bred, they'll tolerate our variable weather conditions. This mini petunia in soft apricot shades produces masses of flowers. Grow it alone or mix it with a brand new variety, Cherry. Both are tolerant of all weathers. The bell-shaped flowers just keep coming until the first frosts. Another petunia introduction is Espana Yellow Eye. The buttercream petals of this new trailing variety is a vast improvement over existing yellow petunias. Surfinia petunias are now the most popular hanging basket plants, and no wonder. They'll continue to flower in an avalanche of colour from early spring right through until the first frosts, shrugging off all types of weather. There's a choice of many different vibrant shades. If you prefer, you can choose a named variety, or you can order a mixed collection of fabulous colours. Wonderful in tubs, flower pouches and baskets. Frilly double flowers with delicate mauve petals and rich purple veins. Combine the beauty of summer clouds with its delicious fragrance, and you have a real treat for the senses.
The flower pouch is one of the most versatile containers for the garden and even for the tiniest of spaces. Thompson & Morgan offer excellent value in this pack of 3 flower pouches, a packet of water-retaining gel and fertiliser, and the Water Wizard. Now later in the video we'll show you how to plant them, but for now let's see the many different flowers that can create fantastic displays in the flower pouch. There's no doubt about it. Busy Lizzies are definitely #1 when it comes to summer bedding plants. They're vigorous, versatile and will flower profusely in both shaded areas and in hot sunny positions. Now this year Thompson & Morgan are offering accent Busy Lizzies in 4 different pack sizes. And they're offering a choice of delivery dates. Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? If you live in Scotland, you won't want delivery until late April. But in the warmer climate of the southeast, you can ask for a March delivery. And if that's not enough, they're also offering up to 40 free plants on some orders.
The smallest little plug, the mini plug, arrives ready for you to pot on. And as Sarah said, when you buy this pack of 100 mini plugs, you get 40 plugs completely free. It's excellent value for money. Plug plants are the next size up. They may need potting on, or they can be planted straight into your flower pouches and containers. With this pack, for every 35 plug plants you buy, you get 15 free plants. The new maxi plugs are over 50% larger than the standard plugs, and therefore much more substantial. And when you buy this pack of 70 maxi plugs, Thompson & Morgan will give you another 20 free plants. Garden-ready plants arrive ready for you to plant straight outside into your containers and borders. They're delivered in packs of 84 plants and are well established and raring to go. And as everyone knows, Busy Lizzies look fantastic anywhere in the garden. In beds and borders, patio tubs, window boxes and hanging baskets and flower pouches. The double rosebud flowers of Fiesta Sparkler are in a class of their own. Planted in baskets, pouches, tubs and the borders, they're guaranteed to keep on flowering right through the summer until the first frosts. You can choose a named variety or a mixed collection. So confident are we that this is the best double Busy Lizzie available today that if you don't agree with us, we'll refund your money. Full details can be found in the catalogue.
Thompson & Morgan are always coming up with new ideas for their catalogues. And here's another one, new for 2001.
The Mix and Match plant collection for hanging baskets and tubs. Thompson & Morgan have selected 18 varieties and put them into user-friendly themed collections. You can mix and match, or if you prefer, you can buy them as individual plants. The choice is entirely yours. Blue Wonder is a busy, vigorous variety that produces masses of dainty sky blue flowers. It flowers early and is good in all types of containers. The beautifully subtle light blue flowers of Convolvulus are carried on naturally trailing silvery green foliage. A striking variety with deep blue flowers and a contrasting white eye in the centre. It flowers right through until the frosts. Plant together for a mix and match medley in blue. Bacopa has always been a bestseller, perhaps because it's not too demanding to look after and it mixes well with many other plants. The distinctive foliage in grey and cream makes this a versatile plant for all types of baskets and tubs. With superb green, yellow and white tricoloured foliage and purple flowers, this Lamium is also an excellent ground cover plant. Perfect foliage plants for mix and match. This is an outstanding variety with its beautiful variegated foliage and clusters of yellow flowers. A fast-growing basket plant with distinctive yellow flowers which contrasts well with other brightly coloured plants. The compact green foliage is smothered in small yellow daisy flowers during the summer months. Choose the yellow collection for a vibrant sunshine display. Sweetly fragrant bi-colour blooms, Pink Parfait looks good enough to eat. A versatile variety that flowers over a long period. This delicate trailing plant produces masses of small daisy flowers on fine pale green foliage. Mix and match some mouth-watering shades in the pink collection. For those of you who simply can't decide, let us make the decision for you. For just £10.99, we'll send you our selection of 12 hanging basket plants, which will all be named for you.
Now, for all you begonia fans, and even if you're not, when you see this next selection, well, you might be tempted to add them to your list.
Here's a brand new begonia for patio containers. Cindy has delightful, dreamy pink blooms that deepen towards the edges of the fringed petals. Begonia apricot shades proves to be a real winner every year. Plant in baskets, pouches and pots for a stunning cascade of colour that ranges from dazzling yellows to vibrant orange.
A profusion of flowers and foliage in many different colours, habit and textures, the geranium is amongst the most versatile groups of plants. And for the summer ahead, Thompson & Morgan have a varied selection for hanging baskets, patio pots, garden borders and the conservatory.
Tomboy is one of the most popular ivy leaf geraniums grown today. Its ruby red, velvety blooms contrast sharply with the glossy, dark green foliage, and the effect is quite dramatic. Balkan geraniums are synonymous with Swiss villages, where picture postcard chalets are draped in a profusion of brightly coloured blooms. You too can enjoy them without having to go abroad. Just plant in hanging baskets, window boxes and flower pouches and marvel at the sight in your own garden. Exquisite is the only way to describe this double, delicately tinted geranium. The dazzling stripes and unique markings of this popular geranium gives it tremendous impact.
Fashions come and go, but cottage garden favourites like hollyhocks, sweet peas and pinks are here to stay.
The powder puff blooms of this heavenly hollyhock change colour as they age, from delicate shades through creamy peach to raspberry pink. This exclusive foxglove produces large, creamy speckled flowers on stems only 30 inches high, making them ideal for exposed sites. Floral Tribute provides outstanding fragrance, exhibition standard blooms and the widest colour range. Buying them as established young plants is the perfect way to grow this wonderful cut flower. And with every order of sweet pea, Thompson & Morgan will add a free packet of Gypsophila. A breakthrough in Thompson & Morgan breeding, the world's first quill-petalled Rudbeckia, completely new for borders and as a cut flower. Delightfully decorative in floral arrangements, but equally good in the border, this stunning new dahlia is sure to make an impression. Guaranteed to brighten up the dreariest of days with its vibrant colours and beautiful ruffled collar. Lobelia is the perfect hanging basket and container plant. With its bushy yet lax habit, it keeps a tidy and close-knit appearance. And when it flowers in late summer, there's so much double flower power, the miniature rosebud blooms literally smother the foliage. If you're looking for just one variety to grow in a pot, look no further than Argyranthemums. They may be new, but with this selection of colour, they're here to stay. And here's an effective planting idea. Try mixing with the yellow leaf Helichrysum. A breakthrough in plant breeding, these Cape daisies are much improved over the more traditional Osteospermum varieties. The plants produce masses of flowers that stay fully open for much longer. Plant in a sunny border or patio container and enjoy the splendour of these South African flowers in your own garden. Layers of ruffled and wavy petals, a choreographed medley of frilly blooms. Can merits centre stage in your borders and patio. A myriad of star-shaped flowers shine iridescently and exude a delicate fragrance in patio pots on summer evenings. A versatile, aristocratic border and container plant with evergreen foliage and small tubular purple-blue flowers. A new variety of lavender blue campanula with double rose-like blooms. Good in containers and baskets, its sprawling effect makes it perfect for rockeries too. Marigolds will always be a favourite. French vanilla is very prolific and its ball of frothy cream ruffles complements other brighter colours in the border.
Patio collections have proved very popular in recent years, and it's not surprising. Thompson & Morgan's carefully selected plants blend so well together, and as many of you already know, the finished effect is stunning.
A subtle blend of blues and creamy whites makes this a recipe for striking impact placed anywhere in your garden. A well-chosen colour combination of cool white and iced lemon.
If you want value for money, you can't beat the economy range. Thanks to modern technology, Thompson & Morgan can now produce some of the best varieties very economically, and they're pleased to be able to pass their savings on to you. That's what makes the economy range superb value for money.
What a combination! Flowers with striking stripes, some with rich veining and some single colours for contrast. A dainty begonia which produces masses of tiny flowers nestling in fleshy decorative foliage. A kaleidoscope of colour, Kiss is a new strain that's a great improvement on the older varieties. Tolerant of wet weather, T&M's Jackpot is one of the most versatile geraniums for planting in the borders. Orchid petunias are firm favourites and have been specially bred for growing in borders. These exotic-looking flowers are so easy to grow. Exquisite braiding overlays the rich colours for the most magnificent bedding displays. Usually mixed with other plants, lobelia will perform well on its own in pouches and tubs. Thompson & Morgan stocks have outstanding garden performance. With dense, showy spikes of spicy clove scent, they're popular for tubs, borders and as cut flowers.
Large flowered clematis add colour to those parts of your garden that other flowers cannot reach.
They'll scramble through trees and shrubs to show off their luminous saucer-shaped flowers to the rest of the world. Why not try growing one in a container? Whatever your favourites are, buying and growing a plug gives your clematis the best start. All the plugs are hand-raised from cuttings and will grow into bushy plants which flower all the way up the stems for an even display.
So now, have you made your choices?
Remember, as soon as you place your order, you'll get 5 Lily Stargazer bulbs for just £1.99. That's a saving of over £6. It's taken 3 years to build up stock of this delightfully scented viola. Worth £9.99, Thompson & Morgan will send you 6 plants for just £2.99 once your order adds up to £25 or more. No, your eyes don't deceive you. This is the world's first green pansy. Each plant costs £17.99, and if your order is over £49, you'll be sent Green Goddess completely free. But remember, stocks are limited and the offer has to be restricted to 1 plant per person on a first-come, first-served basis.
Ordering couldn't be simpler. You can either post your order form together with your payment by cheque or your credit card details to the free post address. Or you can order by telephone using your credit card for payment. You'll find all this information is in the catalogue. For those of you who want to brush up on your planting skills, the simplest way is to watch an expert on video. And that's where a video is so useful. You can rewind to watch the different actions as often as you like, so as to be sure you haven't missed anything. See what I mean?
For 3 Thompson & Morgan flower pouches, you'll need 1½ buckets of multi-purpose compost. Sprinkle the contents of 1 packet of Thompson & Morgan fertiliser and water-retaining gel, which comes as part of your flower pouch pack, onto the compost and mix thoroughly. Now fill the first pouch, making sure the compost reaches right down to the bottom of the pouch and all the way into the corners. Once it's full, a handy tip is to use a clothes peg to keep the compost in as you begin planting up the pouch. Now carefully remove one plug from its container. Push a finger through one of the pre-cut holes to make a small space in the compost, and carefully push the plant in and then firm. You can get 12 plants into a pouch, with the last 2 being placed in the top. The Thompson & Morgan's Water Wizard, which also comes with your pouches, makes watering simple and effective. Push the nozzle into the compost at the top. The water is released slowly and seeps down through the compost. Try squeezing the corner to make sure the water has reached right down to the bottom of the pouch. Water and feed regularly, and your pouches will keep on flowering right through the summer and well into the autumn. Thompson & Morgan's 14-inch hanging basket has a flat base to make it stable when planting. Take the net liner which comes with your order and place it around the inside. Now for this basket, we're going to use Thompson & Morgan's Hydro Store self-watering system. We'll show you how it works later on. Pour the clay pebbles into the well, making sure they're evenly distributed around the base. And place it in the bottom of the basket. Next, put in about 3 inches of multi-purpose compost ready for the first layer of plants. Cut a hole in the netting about 2 inches down from the top rim. Carefully take one plant and gently push it through the hole in the netting. As you can see, these are ivy-leaf geraniums. Then move on to the next one. We're putting 5 plants evenly distributed around the sides. Now put more compost in, filling the basket to just below the rim. This space at the top helps to keep water from spilling over the sides when you water. Once this is done, you can trim off the excess liner. Now you can start planting in the top. For a 14-inch basket like this one, we recommend using 12 plants, or even 18. Always place the last 2 in the centre of the basket. This now needs to be placed in a sheltered spot in your garden or in a greenhouse for 2 or 3 weeks until the plants establish. Do not put it outside until all danger of frost has passed. Now let's see how the Thompson & Morgan Hydro Store works. Here's a basket planted up without it. We filled a 2-litre bottle with water. You can also add a soluble feed if you wish. After only half the bottle is poured in, the water drains through the compost and begins to drip through the sides of the basket. Now let's look at the hanging basket we've just made up, which has the Hydro Store sitting in the bottom. This time, 2 whole bottles of water are poured in. As you can see, the water soaks the compost and any left over pours into the clay pebbles and then overflows into the reservoir. Add a soluble feed to the water and your plants will get constant watering and even feeding all through the season. It may look like a clay pot, but this patio pot is made of plastic, which makes it very light and easy to move about. First, drill some drainage holes in the base. Then put about 4 inches of polystyrene beads or clay pebbles in the bottom of the pot to improve the drainage. Next, fill with a multi-purpose compost. If you like, it can be improved by mixing in Thompson & Morgan's water-retaining gel and slow-release fertilizer. Now, make a hole in the compost and carefully space your plants around the edge of the pot and firm gently. Finish off by planting some in the middle. Then give it a good watering. Keep the pot in a sheltered position in your garden or in a greenhouse until all danger of frost has passed. After about 4 or 5 weeks, you can start feeding with a high potash feed. It's as simple as that. A good way to start your plants off is in this shuttle tray, which has 18 individual pots. All you need to do is to take a multi-purpose compost and loosely fill the pots. There's no need to firm the compost, just scrape off what you don't need. You're now ready to start planting. Take the tray out of the box. A handy tip is to pinch the base of each individual cell to ease it out. Then make a small hole in the compost and pop it in, firming gently. By the way, if you get 2 seedlings in a plug, we suggest you don't split them, but plant them as one. Once you've finished, the young plants will need a good watering to settle them into the compost. They'll grow into strong, healthy plants. And when all danger of frost has passed, you can plant them straight into your flower beds.
Every year, Thompson & Morgan get lots of letters from their satisfied customers all round the country. Let me read you a couple of them. This one is from Jerry Daniel from Mid Glamorgan, and he says, "Thank you for a speedy, prompt delivery. Plants received in excellent condition. Keep up the good work." And this one here is from Jack Livesey in Sheffield, and he says, "I could not have wished for better plants. Very pleased. Thank you." And here we have one from Janet Britton, and she's in Fife. "Good strong plants, ready to plant in containers, even here in the frozen north." Thank you very much, Janet. And here we have one from Harold Pickup, and he's in Thornton near Blackball in Lancashire, and he just says 100% delighted. Well, I think you'll all agree with me that Thompson & Morgan have really excelled themselves yet again with a collection of young plants for 2001. But now it's your turn to make sure that your garden, however large or small, can also excel in the weeks and months ahead and really look its very best for the coming summer. It's not too difficult, it's simply a matter of doing what so many thousands of Britain's most successful gardeners do at this time of the year. Spend a few very enjoyable minutes filling in the Thompson & Morgan order form as you anticipate the wonderful colours, scents and sheer excitement of your summer garden to come.